Carmen. Today we have a reading for you about somebody who was pretty certain that they would be able to get away with lying. I feel like this has something to do about personal gain, whether this is like literally financial or lying in order to get someone to agree to go out on a date with them or lying in order to get a job that they're not qualified for. We have this snake and mice energy, which tells me that someone here is not necessarily anticipating being discovered or exposed, or the consequences they could potentially face after lying about whatever they lied about. Probably their own experiences or their intentions. Hello, Shayla. How are you doing? So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Additionally, you can find a link to my Etsy shop if you are interested in a homemade soy candle. All right, let's dive in. I think we're going to start with the Zombie Tarot. Hello, Grindhard. Hello, Dracula. How we doing? What else do we have? Do we need a little extra wind chime time? There you go, just for you. Hello, Joaquin. How are you doing? It's like double rainbow, but double wind chime time. All right, what else do we have about this snake? We have the Magician and the Devil in the reverse. So this would appear to be the individual who is discovering the truth. I love this. So in the Zombie Tarot, we have the Devil card as one of those old cigarette machines. And it says Vice. And do you see the little devil guy? He's like, of course you want one. But the Devil card is in the reverse. Ooh, there's even, look you guys, there's a hand down here with a little cigarette in their hand. And look, do you see the face? Zombie face reaching around the corner. This is adorable. I love this. So anyways, this Magician, this is the person who's putting together the details of the situation, much like a detective would. And they have deduced that somebody has been dishonest. So this Magician, this is like very possibly you or someone you are close to, but they're nobody's fool. And they're recognizing that somebody here has a tendency to misrepresent the truth. We have the Queen of Hazards, which is the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is someone who did what they did or lied about what they lied about for financial gain or for a relationship. Because the Queen of Pentacles could be like husband or wife, but it could also represent somebody who is financially stable. Hello, Steven. Hello, Matt. How are we doing? I'm glad you have a break from work next week. That's awesome. So we have the Emperor with that Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Hazards. Someone who has decided to take control of a situation in order to get what they want. So the Emperor is up against the Magician. And the Magician has deduced that the Emperor has lied. There's our Ace of Swords in the reverse. Dishonesty. So when this lie is discovered, there's going to be financial consequences. With the Five of Hazards or the Five of Pentacles, I mean, you can just like look at the card and it's pretty clear it's not exactly happy-go-lucky. There's receipts that the Magician has discovered. So you said that you were, you know, you graduated with honors, or you said that you had, you know, worked in a place like this for 5 years before, but we called and it looks like you lied about that. Hello, Vicente. How are you doing? Hello, RD. What's up? Hello, Larry. So there's a bump in the road. Ace of Cups in the reverse. There's a loss of friendship or support. I feel like this has to do with money more than anything else. So this could be someone who's getting fired, or somebody who borrowed money under false pretenses. King of Swords in the reverse. Dishonesty. I thought I could tell you whatever I wanted and you would just accept it as the truth. I didn't think you would do any research. I didn't think you would like do a background check. That's weird. Why would you do that? What else? We have the World and the Empress. So our Magician also has a way of kind of disarming people because there is this compassionate or caring energy. So I'm really focused on how the World card has this like cracked surface. I feel like there is something about this very benevolent energy. Does not mean that it has to be a woman, whoever we're reading here. The Magician and the Empress. One's a little bit more manly, one's a little bit more feminine. That's fine. Take it how it resonates. But whoever this Magician is, they have this Empress energy as well. And it gets people to say things that maybe otherwise they would not. Which is why this Emperor was kind of stuck or even a little bit trapped or tricked. Like when you ask a question but you already know the answer to it, you're just trying to see how somebody is going to like speak to it. RD, do you need a cold shower? Hello, Tita, what's up? If you would like a personal question answered, you can put your request in a super chat. I do those after the general reading, and that would be in about 22 minutes. So our dishonest King of Swords in the reverse is discovered by the Magician, in part because the Magician has this kind of like, sit right here, tell me what's going on. What's the truth? Yes, precisely, Matt. Two of Cups in the reverse and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. I don't trust you, I don't believe in you, but I'm also not going to tell everyone what's going on just yet. I'm gonna do a little bit of research, a little bit of detective work. I'm gonna do some math, or I'm gonna make sure I have something to back up my claim. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and the Five of Wands. It could be our Magician / Empress is the person who is making a decision with regards to a large sum of money or a job title or promotion. Because with the Five of Wands, there is some sense of competition. Like if I gave you that job based on the fact that your resume was honest, and then I find out that you've been making things up, I might have to change that and give this to somebody else, right? Hello, Marcus. How are you doing? Marcus, I think, yes, that would be fine. And I appreciate you asking to make sure. I would be willing to do that, yes. So after the Five of Wands, we have the Six of Wands. The undead are victorious. Interesting. So the magician figures out the truth and is making a change. Again, for some of you, this could be about someone who is deciding that they need to reconsider someone that they've gotten engaged to, or somebody who they've decided to, I don't know, be best friends with. But I feel for the majority of you, this has to do with money. I feel like for the majority of you, this is someone who lied about their experience or their credentials. You're welcome, Marcus. Thank you. All right, I have added that. And let's go with the Royal Fez or the Moroccan Tarot. Rachel's still up. Hello, Rachel. That was the assumption I made. Marcus, you can let me know if I interpreted that incorrectly. Yes, thank you for the likes and subscribes. They make a big difference. King of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Swords. Why does it feel to me that this magician, and it could be you, or it could be someone that you work closely with, why does it feel to me like they have the most effective poker face ever? This could be someone who had like the worst day ever, or is extremely angry with you, and they would be able to talk in a very calm voice. I would really like to speak to you about how things went down yesterday, or, you know, that assignment was actually due 3 days ago and I haven't yet seen it cross my desk. Could we have a little chat? Just a little chat about what's going on there? This is definitely a poker face energy. So I could be very upset with you, King of Wands in the reverse, because I see what's really going on, but I'm going to pick the right moment to talk to you about it. I'm going to make sure I have all my ducks in a row and I know exactly what I'm talking about before I make any kind of accusation. I'm glad to hear it. You're fine. What else do we have? The Lovers. No, wait. This is the Two of Cups. It looks very similar, but the Major Arcana has the number at the bottom. So we have the Two of Cups and Strength in the reverse. I feel like this King of Swords in the reverse who has lied about something felt like they would get away with it because they had like an in. It's like if you were to have a friend ask if you would be a reference if they applied to work at your company, and you felt like you had to because you're friends or whatever, but you didn't realize they were going to put some false information on their resume, and now whatever they claimed they were, it's like this magician feels like personally responsible. I put my stamp of approval on that without realizing that the King of Swords in the reverse was planning on lying about it. Or I recommended this person for a promotion without realizing that they had been, you know, outsourcing their work to someone else. So now that I've discovered this person who, you know, is generally pretty well liked and seems to have done their job quite well, or, you know, we had become friends, now I've discovered that they've lied. So that Nine of Swords is indicating the magician has felt some anxiety. I have to keep this information to myself until I know what I'm really dealing with. But I feel like the magician is frustrated. Like, I thought I could trust you. Seven of Wands. 10 of Wands. So once I get or like compile the information that I need to, that is the only time I would feel comfortable calling this out or having a conversation about it. But I'm not going to make any accusations until I know, like, I've got the receipts. King of Swords, Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I don't think the King of Swords in the reverse is able to tell, because of the magician's poker face, that they're being, like, investigated. That their lies have been discovered by someone. They're walking around like everything's great. Because, again, this magician is waiting for the right moment and determined to have like a whole lineup of the receipts or the information they have or that they need to make their case. It hasn't been discussed with anybody. For some of you, perhaps this is a court situation. Could be a divorce or child custody situation. But it's like, I'm going to be cordial. I'm going to be polite. But I figured out what you did. I figured out what you were lying about. So, Five of Swords in the reverse. I'm not going to ruin it for you just yet. The King of Swords in reverse is probably like whistling and skipping around like, this is great. Nobody's figured out that I was lying. I've got all this extra money, or I'm getting paid to do a job I'm technically not qualified to do. Isn't that crazy? Hello, James. How are you doing? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate that. James, I apologize. I told you I was going to start at 8, but the baked potato took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take. Hello, William. How are you doing? But it was delicious, in case you're wondering. I ended up adding beef prosciutto to it, which was delicious. But yeah, I think I ended up cooking it for like, I think it was in the oven for over an hour because I set the temperature a little bit too low. It's hot already, okay? I didn't want it to be like 450 degrees in this piece. We have the Hierophant and the Temperance. I'm keeping the peace. I'm making it seem like everything is hunky-dory, everything is fine, because if I let you know that I'm digging around looking for information on what you lied about, you might be like, oh, just tuck away all these receipts. We don't want anybody discovering what I lied about now, do we? So, smiling in their face, because I can't prove it just yet. That sounds delicious, Shayla. All right. This is serious. You know what? I think we need the Grand Tarot Belin. Ooh, that sounds nice, Rachel. All forms of potatoes are my favorite. You know, I think my least favorite is au gratin, and if you are upset about that, I'm sorry, but just know if you like au gratin potatoes and we're sitting next to each other at the table, I'm gonna give you all my au gratin potatoes. I don't like them. Butter chicken tacos? Dang! What'd you do with the cucumber? Did you just like bite off of it? In fact, don't answer that, because I would like to just imagine that's how you did it. All right, so we have the Five of Wands. I'm sorry, it's the Four of Wands. But I thought of it as five because we actually have the Ace of Wands as well. But both are in the reverse. So someone had set up everything that they wanted. They felt like they had gotten exactly the outcome they had worked towards. Let's pretend they were taking out a loan and lying about what it was for. It's like they got paid already and they were already about to go, shopping. And then the bank is like, hey, so a little bit silly, but like it kind of looks like maybe you lied about your assets. Kind of looks like you lied about your name. It kind of looks like this is identity fraud. Crazy, right? So about that money, we're gonna need it back. We have someone who feels like they won, feels like they got what they wanted, and then they're gonna lose it. Oh, goodbye. In American Beauty, Kevin Spacey loses his job and gets into an argument with his wife about it. It's not like I was like, oh, there goes my job. That's what I'm seeing. So we have somebody who feels like they've been able to pull off some sort of great ruse. A ruse. They lied and they felt like, wow, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. They just let me right in, or they just wrote out the check. It's crazy. They didn't, I thought they were gonna do a background check or something. I guess they decided not to do it. Well, the magician does. They end up looking into things. They end up realizing, I think this person lied about who they are, or this person lied about what their, work history was. Maybe this is more about identity fraud. But they're getting discovered, and that money needs to come back. Wow. We have the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, the 8 of Cups in the reverse, and the 7 of Pentacles. This feels like a clawback. We paid you this money. We thought that, that was the right way to go. But we changed our mind. I'm just gonna need that back real quick. Sorry. Oh, you didn't already buy that car, did you? It's the craziest thing, but it looks like you maybe lied on your application, so you're gonna have to give back that money. Okay, thanks, bye. Yes, valid. Drop kick that like button. Do I like green bean au gratin? I don't know. I think I would have to try that. Denied, exactly. So there's financial issues here, or there's someone who pretended to be someone that they are not. Maybe to get a paycheck here, or to, get something else they want. Maybe even inherit something that's not theirs. Sign something for someone who wasn't there, but they're getting discovered. They're gonna have some consequences here. I feel like we have a crime, so I'm gonna go with the True Crime Oracle deck, you guys. Ooh, very spooky. Did you at least put some salt on it? Oh man. All right, else do we have? Power supply. So someone did this because they felt like they had the power to do so, or they felt like they had an in, right? Like, oh, this is my friend. They'll just be like kind of easy on me. Or, oh, I'm going to say that I'm with this company, or I'm that pillar of the community's like son or daughter. Nobody will do anything. Nobody will think anything. I'll be able to get what I want. I'm trying to figure out if I'm allowed to show this card on YouTube because they got some pearl clutching rules here. But if you had the word rugs and then you added a letter before that, or try to think of a sneaky way to say this other word. If you know what nightshade is, this would qualify as one of these things. That's a little disconcerting. That is also disconcerting. Now we have the burial card coming out. This feels to me like identity fraud, and it could be because someone has passed away. So I'm here to collect their checks, or I'm assuming someone's identity, and I'm taking out some money, or I'm acquiring things that are not actually meant for me. I would not recommend doing that. I feel like most people get caught doing that, right? Y'all are funny. All right, this is the Dolly Tarot. What else do we have? Is that like, isn't that what people call eggplant? I might be wrong on that. Yes, it would be a big felony, Sean. Hello, how are you doing? I think it's spelled with G-I-N-E at the end, but you're allowed to get like rude with me if I'm wrong. There's an emoji for it. So we have the Three of Swords and the King of Coins. This is looking more and more like pretending to be somebody who's no longer alive. With the Three of Swords, I feel like there's someone here who is not around anymore, but they're a way that somebody can get money. And, you know, French people spell things crazily. Case in point, just look at this guy. I'm just saying, I love you people from France. English is no better, okay? Why, for example, just making fun of my own language here, why is it that we know things, but when you have a lot of education, it's knowledge? Why would it not be knowledge? See? Okay, so I was right about half of it. There we go. We are learning things every day, you guys. We have just discovered that the other name for eggplant, aubergine, I don't know if I'm saying that right because it's not what we call it here, is spelled A-U-B-E-R-G-I-N-E. Just in case you ever need that little tidbit of information. Now you know. The more you know. All right, so basically it looks like we have somebody who's trying to steal like benefit checks, or trying to say somebody's co-signing but they ain't there, or saying, yeah, I work for this company over there. They could totally validate that for you, but that person's not there anymore. Why are they doing this? They're doing it for money. Definitely doing it for money. This is so interesting to me because generally speaking, this is not how I see the Nine of Swords, but we both have, or these both have like the red and white stripe situation going on. Somebody passed away and it causes problems, but someone looks at it as an opportunity. I can get what I want. I can sign their name on the dotted line. Easy peasy. And this magician's over here like, not so fast. I don't think we're going to do that. Excellent reference, Matt. Matt, it would be the second one. We have the Knight of Coins or the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles. But things are going to get sorted. Whatever they lied about, whatever this King of Swords in the reverse is doing to like pretend to be somebody else or like sign someone's signature, right? They're getting caught. Hey, just to like clear things up real quick, could you just get like Betty Sue to stop on by the bank? Hey, you know, just to make sure that this is okay, could you get Robert to just give us a phone call real quick? That'd be great. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in 6 months. Sure would be great to catch up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I could do that. Run. Flee. They're freaking out. There are going to be some consequences. Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Because that money that I wanted, or that car that I was buying, I know that I don't really have the right situation here to be signing myself up for that. Hello, Evil Spirited. What's up? Hello, Shining Bright. Yep, it's true. Yes, thank you everyone for liking the video. Appreciate that. I don't flee, I frolic. What's that lady doing over there? Clearly she's frolicking. Have you never frolicked before? You're missing out. If you've got time, we could go frolic for a little bit, right? Meow. Where were you on the night of May 5th? I was frolicking, sir. There was a whole group of us. We're the Freedom Frolickers. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And it feels to me like somebody's taking this money. And they're taking this money and they feel like they can just run away with it. Like, I know you think that I need to give that back. Or maybe you think that you can like take me to jail over that. But if you can't find me, then no take backsies. I see someone going elsewhere. Like maybe if I'm out of your jurisdiction, then I won't have to be like, you know, giving you back that money or in trouble. That's funny, Shayla. So we have the Six of Cups. I feel like this is an adult child trying to take money from or use their parents' name in a situation to try to get money, but they're being caught because this is not legal. Nope, not legal. Let's see what we get from the Kipper, and then we're going to start on those personal questions. RD, I'm going to delete your comments if you continue to refer to me by things that are not my name. It's real simple. If you want, I can write it out for you, just in case that's the issue. All right? But I'm not going to tolerate being called honey because I don't know you. Here's my name. It's backwards because of YouTube, but it's real simple. It's just a combination of two words, car and then men. Say it with me now. Carmen. And I'm being a jerk on purpose because you've already been timed out, okay? Let's not do that again. So we have the poverty. LOL, Matt. We have the poverty card. This person was solving a financial issue by invoking someone else's name. Shayla called you Mart, and now I'm not going to be able to unsee that. You're the cucumber, Mart. So we have courtship. This could even be someone who was in a relationship with the deceased, trying to sign their names on a check or on a loan. But now they're getting told, yeah, we let you do that, but we've since determined that you were committing fraud. We have a little bit of a problem with that. I told you, false person. So you're pretending to be somebody else. We have a little bit of a problem with that because that person's actually not alive anymore. So if you could just skip on down and give us our money back, that would be great. And they're like, no, I think I'd rather just run away. Thanks though. Thanks for the money. This could have something to do with an inheritance or signing up to do a job that they don't actually have any ability to do. All right. We're going to dive into personal questions. Yes, exactly, Shayla. Hello, Tiana. How are you doing? We're being absolutely ridiculous here today. Welcome, welcome. A Matt by any other name would still be as sweet. All right. So remember, you guys, don't commit mail fraud. It's just a bad idea. All right. Heavy question, but let's ask it. In the near future, will there be a draft? I feel like there's an attempt at one, but it doesn't go anywhere. So is this they start it and then they shut it down right quick? It gets sabotaged. But they're trying, or they want to. We have 2 sevens with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 7 of Cups in the reverse. Trying to figure out how to get it to that point, to justify it, without having to appear weak. Yeah, but I don't think it stays around. Hello, Raziel. How are you doing? Aw, sending you some positive energy, shining bright. Hello, Eric. What's up? So, will there actually be people? No. I hate to compare it to this, but the way I'm seeing it is invitations going out for a wedding that never happens. Like, hey guys, I know I asked if you wanted chicken or fish. You get none of that? Canceled. So I wouldn't get too worried. But there's gonna be like a little bit of a white knuckle moment. It's like I did it the wrong way. I felt like I could make this work. I don't even know how to like, So we have the Devil card, people who are in chains, but then we have the Hermit in the reverse. It's like you got excited, you sent out that communication before you double checked whether or not that was actually gonna be okay. You didn't do your homework, or you didn't make sure that was how it should be done. Yes. So, you know, I haven't done this in a while, but yeah, you're done. Bye, RD. Go have fun being creepy on someone else's channel. Adios. I am not your honey, and I never will be. We're gonna do a 3-parter. Yes or no questions. Some of you have seen this before. Yeah, no, I went full on. I don't know if yours undoes mine. But what I need for you all to do is come up with 3 yes or no questions. Does Billy have a crush on me? Would be an example. That's always my example because I think it's funny. Yes or no questions, 3 of them, and I'm gonna pull 3 cards from the Magic 8-Ball deck, and we'll see what the answers are. You can hit pause if you need to. Exactly. All right, are you ready? Do you have your 3 questions yet? Or have you been too busy laughing at Shayla's comments? You know what's funny about that, Shayla, is one of my snacks right now, Chef would approve of. I got them from Sprouts. I think they're sea salt dark chocolate malt balls. They're delicious. Anyways, are you ready for question 1? Yes. Would be the answer. Are you ready for question 2? Are you ready? I'm so glad you understood. Are you ready for number 2? Oh, the cards aren't ready. Huh? Come on now, try harder. Question number 2, please. Don't make me look silly. Surely not. And don't call me Shirley. All right, guys, are you ready with question number 3? Are you ready? You're not ready? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. You can hit pause if you need to. Question number 3. Perhaps. That's like a half answer. Why would you do that to my collective? Rude. I looked and it said probably not, but we have perhaps. So there's like, we're gonna go with like a 30% chance on that one, okay? Hopefully that was the answer you were looking for. All right. Hello, Just Jokes, how we doing? It's because I have new lamps. They look like mushrooms. Oh, and there's like 3 different levels of light. There's not a big difference between the second and the third. And I like the softer light. But yes, it's a little bit different. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. Thank you for the subscribes. Ooh, we got 33. I like that. And I will see you